Watch in a few years. Marion found new, reliable energy source. And Nico will be tearing their hairs out. That's
Nico
mind
launches a
damage.
raid on City Hall, just storms the place with guns.
That's my son.
It's my rock. Give it back.
I wanted to use it as a power source.
I found it. Lydian has to put out a press release. I do not agree with the actions taken by my employee, who is currently up on the second floor of City Hall with a gun to the mayor's head, demanding return the meteorite or the mayor gets it.
Okay. So, let's see. How does the next week go?
Well, on day 2, obviously, I've got my act to do. I probably on the second day I'm like preparing posters and that, and making the place, guzzying up, Friday Night Poker where the gambit will be played.
Let's see. Yeah. And Cherry, how are you spending the next day?
The next day, Cherry has, and I was gonna say, she probably has a bit of a similar pattern for a lot of this week. So I mean, she might try and tail Lydian a little bit if he ever seems particularly suspicious or anything. But just when he's just busy and doesn't really need her or anything, or she doesn't have anything to do, she has she has basically two things. Like, she might go out some mornings, back to the woods, actually, to play for the bushes again.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
And additionally, other than that, probably more in the evenings, but maybe some mornings and stuff too. She is going to spend time this week essentially wandering and exploring Marion on her own, like performing on streets and stuff, sharing the songs, she got from, the story she got and songs she wrote in Morricone Springs. That's probably one of her big focuses, just that's, recent and local and stuff like that. And just different stories from afar and stuff like that too. Just sharing, exploring, maybe meeting people, going to the gladiator pits, not that spectator sports, not that she gets a lot out of that, but, that sort of thing, seeing if she can just, who knows, might, get some stuff, learn some stuff about a cool, famous, popular gladiator or something. That's
Yeah.
songs. But other than that, also, she also goes back to play for the bushes while she's in the area.
All right. Cool. And Nico, how about you? What's your going? Like, what's your default for the rest of the week?
Oh, sciencing up new gadgets.
Oh yeah, you do have room for 2 more.
Yes, and I will basically sit here and think about them.
Okie dokie.
It's been a while since I made gadgets, so I had to gobble.
Yeah.
What do I want to do?
What do you want your gadgets to do?
Perhaps it's time for Nico to return to the fire.
Cherry, roll charisma. Just for
Yes.
flavor.
Oh fuck, I could have made the thing with plus armor against environment.
Oh, look at that.
Alright, cool. Yeah, you get quite a few tips
Nice.
for your busking. I'm gonna say roll a 2d8. $11 coin.
That's like that's not even 2 coins a day. A lot of tips, he says.
Quite a few tips.
Some days you even made more than 1 coin.
I'm back.
All right. So Lydian,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes time to put in the tip, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's a tricky part. I'm trying to think. Do I get one of the actors to send one of their friends? Well, no, that could be too closely tied. I'm trying to think who to send with a tip because it can't be anyone too close to me or too close to them. Hmm. Hmm. Can Flora? No. No.
Yeah, she can't turn into people. I
And
thought of that too.
yeah, and besides, I don't want. Actually, no, she's with Dwight, so that would have been close enough to be involved. I do actually think I go to them and I ask them to get one of their. Shouldn't even care this much about this being that airtight. So yeah, I'm trying to think who goes in and puts in the tip.
It is tricky.
You know what?
Yeah.
This is a no, because I didn't want the cult to find out about this either.
Maybe could I was Cherry, she's been out, on the street talking to people and whatnot. You could have her just try and like recruit someone basically.
Yeah, but
Some stranger off the street.
you know what? Yeah, I don't. I think it kind of goes against what Lydian wanted to do, but I think Lydian's hands are tied. Yeah, he's gonna rope in Cherry with just calls Cherry into his office.
Yep, yeah, she's a dutiful employee. She'll show up.
Cherry, I need you to.
What day is this, by the way?
It's day number 2. So
This is on day 2. Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, January 2nd.
Gotcha.
Cherry, I need you to do a favor for me. Wait, no, day
What?
2. I mean, day 2 would be January 3rd, wouldn't it?
Nope, we were on January. Wait, date. So it was.
I mean,
The preparation we did was on New Year's Day.
Yeah, when I was like day 2, it'd be like day 2. Basically, it's
Day
the
two,
day the.
so we've skipped a day then.
It's the day
We had it.
whatever day was arranged for the play to go down for the floor.
Okay, so we'll say January 3rd then.
Okay, yeah, because it's the second day of our week off. This is very confusing.
Gotcha. Correct.
Yeah.
So it is January 3rd, a Thursday.
In trying to acquire this casino, I may have attracted some attention from the guard. And it's nothing to do with the fairy dust or Nico's shenanigans with the meteorite.
Well, it's good that that's not more of a problem.
But it could become a problem. I had to rope in. Well, I took you to the meeting. I had to rope in some exterior investors, and they are a secretive and dangerous sort who, well, the attention is split between me and them. So, trying to take the heat off us both so that they won't be too displeased with us.
Okay. I think I understand. So what can I do?
Well, I've set up a little play with Dwight to, hopefully make the police realize that they're following a false end. But I need someone to go and put in a tip to one. Was it Detective? It was Detective Briggs or Guard Briggs.
Yeah, Guard Briggs.
Yeah. Go and put in a tip to Briggs about suspicious activity at the Friday night poker.
Okay.
I've arranged a little ploy there with Dwight and some of his acting friends, which it should take the heat off, make the police believe that, oh, there ain't no shadowy organization or nothing. There's just some rich elf wandering into town buying drinks, talking himself all real big. If you could go and get someone unrelated to Dwight, unrelated to the casino, unrelated to us to go and drop in that tip, that'd be real appreciated.
Okay, I think I see. So just, find a stooge, essentially. Someone, easy to sort of. Alright, I think I can do that.
Perfect.
Do you want him to. Now, do you want me to bring you someone? Or do you want me to sort of handle this so he doesn't meet you face to face?
I don't want him connected to me.
Alright, I should be able to handle that.
Alrighty.
So yeah, I am gonna go out and try and get this done.
Okay.
Yeah. I think the instructions I've probably given the actors if I ever met with them was basically wait for the guards to turn up, then begin your play. You're in the middle of like disbanding this little group
Yeah.
when the guards kind of bust in and kind of, that's when you feed them the story.
Okay. So, Cherry,
Yes.
who are you looking for?
So I'm going to go out and instead of quite the usual corner, but gonna try and just like go to maybe some like, coffee shops or like bars and stuff like that, kind of like baiting people like, oh, buy me a drink sort of thing. Until just I find someone who seems particularly like, desperate and easy to manipulate, not particularly bright and just seems like someone who would be willing to do whatever for the attention of a pretty lady.
Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Roll charisma. Yeah, you find someone pretty easily. He's bought you a few drinks and he's just basking
Yeah,
in
I'm
your
hoping to
presence.
get him, a bit inebriated, but not sloppy drunk, not immediately
Mm.
obviously drunk, just impair his judgment slightly.
Yeah.
And essentially, if he starts like, essentially I'm going to try and wait for him to, maybe kind of suggest like going somewhere else or doing something like that or something before just kind of putting on like a sigh. Well, I wish I could, but I really shouldn't even be here right now. My boss, wanted me to do something, but it's just I don't feel super comfortable, doing it myself. That's why I was here drinking, trying to, work up the nerve.
Oh, well, what is it?
Well, just I'm supposed to, like I learned some stuff, saw some stuff, and I'm supposed to go report it to the guard, but just I mean, I'm a traveler. I'm from, not from I'm not even from Hemlock, much less Marion. And, just being blind and just, a single woman out on my own. I don't know how comfortable I am going to report something on myself. I don't want to get involved in anything like that.
Oh, well, I could take care of that for you if you'll still be here when I get back.
You think? Really? You'd be willing to just, I mean, I guess you'd technically be lying. I mean, everything you would say would be true. It's just that, not you, but you'd be willing to do that for me?
Of course, just tell me what I gotta tell them.
Well, and she kind of puts her hand, on his chest a bit, leans a bit further in, and yeah, she's gonna relay the information that needs to be tipped off to the guard.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. All right.
And
You
just.
still,
Mhm.
you'll still be here when I get back?
Of course, yeah.
All
Just again,
right.
don't mention me. I'm not here between you and me. I'm not visiting here entirely legally, and I just don't want, I don't want my name or, my description involved in anything legal related. You
Oh,
understand, right, hon?
yeah,
And she
I, of
kind of puts her
course.
hand on his leg with that.
Yeah, I understand real good.
Nice.
And yeah, he goes off to the guards to go tell them what they need to be told.
Nice. Uh, I'm gonna ask the other players out of character. Do you think I need to like follow him to make sure he tells the right things
I
secretly?
will leave that to your judgment. I think.
Yeah.
Would you think Cherry would be the type to do that?
I think she would. I think she feels similar to me, where she doesn't necessarily want to. It's just that's like work and not particularly interesting. But she does think I should probably do that. I'm
Um,
of the same opinion. I'd kind of rather just do flavor, but like, it would probably be the responsible thing, to just supervise this from a great distance.
hang on a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Sure. I'll go ahead and try and follow him from a considerable distance again.
Okie
Just try
dokie.
and just try and listen and make sure he doesn't fuck it up. I don't know what my plan is if he does fuck it up, but I figure if he fucks it up, we should know about it.
Right. All right. Roll wisdom.
Oh my god!
No, you lose track of him. He ran off real quick.
Wow.
Hopefully that hasn't affected what he was going to say in the failed roll. We just have to hope.
Yeah. No.
Which-
Hopefully that's just Uh.
I want to
I guess.
I want to run something by you though, Neo.
Yeah.
I've got a spell called Divination. Now,
Yep.
I can this could be a wording thing. Would this act like Felina's, like, all-seeing red or whatever it was called, or do you think this would just be like it would just make me see the place kind of irrelevant of time? Because it's called divination, and so if I was like, oh, show me the Friday night poker, do you think it would just show me it in its typical state, or do you think it would be like seeing it as if I was there?
I think Ariana had this. Did we ever
That's
actually do
about as
that with
clear as if you
Ariana?
were there. Yeah, it could be just like presently as though you were there.
Okay, I'm gonna. While all this is going on, Lydian is gonna seclude himself in his office. He's gonna, commune, and I'm pretty much just gonna take that spell, I suppose. I've got
All
two.
right.
I guess I'll take that spell and take that spell, and I'll take detect magic and detect alignment, just so I kind of filled them out in case things become relevant for later.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I'm gonna try and cast a spell.
All right.
So that's wisdom. Cast a miraculous spell. Lydian wants to. Oh yeah. There we go. I'm not gonna double its effects. What the fuck would the doubling its effects be on just seeing her? See two places? I don't know. But yeah, Lydian is basically in his office just astral projecting to the Friday night poker to see how it goes down.
All right. You so yeah, you're viewing them. They're just sort of hanging around, talking about, they're rehearsing their lines. And then, like moments later, like, a few moments later, there's like a knock at their door, and they go and they answer. One goes and answers, and it is the guard, Briggs himself, with a few others,
Alright.
who goes and questions them as to exactly, says that what looks at them and immediately sees their symbols and goes like, "Wait, this looks like the symbol that," and then looks around the posters. So it's like he starts to scratch his chin as to why the symbols on their pins and the symbols that he drew from memory don't quite match up.
Memory's fickle. Don't
Yeah.
be. He's gonna be. I like to imagine this dude is just like, no, I have a photographic memory.
This is bullshit.
This is some, like, anime motherfucker.
Lydian, I'd like you to roll charisma.
Okie dokie. I hope this works. Fucking does.
All right. So, yeah, the actors start saying their lines, like, you know, going exactly to plan with what you had laid out for them, and Briggs looks to be buying it hook, line, and sinker.
Alright,
You
alright.
did it.
Yeah.
I lied to the cops very well.
And he's like, so this money bet, and so he just happens to now be in charge of the Vertex? How the hell did that go down? And the other just shrugged and just said, he hit it big.
I did actually, in case they want to go this route, if you want to keep the danger coming, like, because that's a very good way of putting it. But Lydian did say that he'd found dirt, in case we want to keep the drama going.
That he found we didn't need us. He had found dirt and was able to do something. He hit it big. And the guard says, "Found dirt, huh? Maybe I should make a note to seek out the former owners of that establishment in town, if they're still in town." Well, you folks go about your business then. And yeah, the guards leave, and the actors breathe a sigh of relief once the door is closed.
Imagine if, like, they had started arresting the actors. Like, that would be the real test of their dedication to their craft.
Fuck, I need to start figuring out how to make sure they're vetted.
This feels like this would be a good plot point in a movie about, like, a theater program in a college or school or something. Just like the director decides, you know, we're doing an immersive, like, you know, acting, you know, not supposed to break character and live life as teaching improv, but then secretly arrange to have the actors, like, arrested just to see if they'll break character. Whoever breaks first is expelled.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah. I just think this is good potential for a you could even almost do this as like a hidden camera thing where you have actual improv actors who are just told not to break character and then put them in these situations. You know, that could be fun. It's reality TV, you know. Save on right we're have another like writers strike. Come on. This is the time.
Right, perfect. Now I gotta get money to them without the guards noticing. We'll arrange that. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, Dwight. Yeah, I'll choose Dwight, because Dwight wasn't there. Yeah, fucking obvious. Yeah,
You'll be sending them 60 coin a week.
Yep. Yeah, I call in Dwight. Once it's done, I call in Dwight. Dwight, get in here.
Alright. I haven't heard back from him yet, but...
It went well. Give time for the guards to clear off proper. Make sure the coast is clear, and then, yeah, Lydian produces a bag with 60 coin, and then he's gonna toss 10 to Dwight. There's your finder's fee, and there's their pay for the first week.
All right. Well, if it went well, it went well then, I guess.
Sure did. And he doesn't question how I knew that.
He just asked, how did you know?
I got a good feeling.
Oh, trust your gut.
I trust my gut, Lydian says, patting his very big gut.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, he goes off to go give them their payment.
Make sure you wait till the coast is clear. Don't do it right away.
Of course.
As he starts to walk away, his stomach grumbles, and he's like, well, I believe I'll trust my gut right now. There haven't been enough scenes of Lydian eating.
No, for a big guy, he hasn't really indulged much. You haven't done many comedy scenes of him sitting down with like a giant, like 30-pound steak or whatever.
I'm picturing him with like a massive stack of pancakes or something,
Ooh,
you know?
Yeah.
Or beignets.
What is a beignet?
A beignet is, well, it's technically a type of donut, but it's made with like a laminated sort of puff pastry type thing. It's usually cut into like rectangles. It's a big part of like Creole New Orleans cuisine. But they're fried and dusted in a bunch of powdered sugar, served with coffee. Traditionally cafe au lait, and you like dip in coffee. They're really fucking good.
Oh, these do look good. It took me a few guesses to get how it was
Oh
spelled.
yeah,
Yeah.
but they are one of the best donuts out there. And they're like, you can buy beignet mix, but it's not going to turn out right at home. They're tricky. They're tricky to make. Café Du Monde is most famous for them, which I believe is still 24 hours. That's one of the things, if we ever go to New Orleans, I want to go to. Cafe. I'd also like to get beignets from somewhere other than Café Du Monde, which I feel is like, once a place reaches a certain point of fame, it's like probably not gonna be. It becomes more of a tourist thing than like an actual. You know, maybe that's pretentious, but I still would like to go to Café Du Monde. It's crazy busy, but I figure if you go there at like 3:30 a.m. or something, it would probably be, hopefully, not be quite so busy. Anyway, sorry. I went on a whole Café Du Monde tangent there.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, that's that business taken care of.
That's the end of that chapter. I don't actually... Is that actually, like, wrapped, or should I... Well, I should probably wait and see.
Yeah, wait and see.
Before I reveal what my backup plan was, which I was excited for. But might not be necessary anymore.
Oh, it closes at midnight now? That sucks.
You got a lot longer to go till midnight than we do. And I've got less than Swede.
No, well, it's in New Orleans. I don't think I could get to New Orleans.
You can catch a real... You just gotta floor it and you'll, like, get there. Anyway, yeah. I think Lydian, he kind of reaches under his desk. He produces a bottle of whiskey, which I haven't paid for in coin because it's purely narrative whiskey, and he pours himself a glass.
Yep.
It was actually the last owner's. He didn't take it.
Mm-hmm.
God, what was his name? I had it written down. And yeah, I think when Cherry gets back, I throw her 10 coin. I've blown a lot of money this session. And I haven't even rolled for more money yet.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, do we want to do the him getting back scene? Like, do we want to do that at all, or are we good? It's up to Nia. If you had anything for that.
I mean, are you still there when the guy gets back?
Probably, yeah. Just because she kind of wants to... She doesn't want to risk him getting upset and then going back to the cops. Well, you know what? This illegal bitch was,
Carrie, please.
She doesn't want that.
And yeah, he tells you how he did it, and now he wants to put an arm around. He puts his arm around you, and this is like, hey, I know a nice little place where we could be alone.
Cherry, I think her basic attempt is to get him, just try and get him blackout drunk. Um, before, she will, at first she's just like, oh, I'm just so relieved. Here, do you mind if we get just, one more drink first? I could use one. And is just gonna try and get him, drunk enough that he will, fall asleep, before this goes to, is gonna... she'll still follow him, go home with him, make sure he gets home safe, but, wants him drunk enough that she can just kind of, there's, a happy middle ground where he'll still feel like, yeah, I probably got some last night,
I'm gonna say roll, let's see how well you handle your drink alongside him.
Yeah.
Roll con.
Let's find out.
All right,
Yeah,
yeah. You drink him under the table.
Nice. I was expecting... I don't know why I was really... As soon as you were like, let's roll for that, I was like, I hope it's con. I put so many points into con and never get to do it, but I'm also like... I just had this moment of feeling as I clicked, like, oh, this is gonna be like Snake Eyes. But no. I've rolled pretty well this session. My first roll was a
I think it's making up for last session where we just got fucked.
Oh, I guess I did get I rolled a 3 on wisdom, a natural 3 plus 2. That was pretty bad. I have had every roll I've rolled has had either a 1 or a 6. Or an 8 technically with the money, but it's been green or red every roll so far. Is my point.
So yeah, you get him home, and he's out.
Nice, yeah. As just a little flavor, while Cherry, when she realized she lost him, waiting for him to return, she was, just gonna say performing live music for the bar, in
Nice.
celebration. Yeah. And yeah, when she gets him, drops him off, is gonna go report to go back to the casino to meet Lydian.
All right.
Good news, Cherry. Lydian pours her a drink, not realizing she's already had a few.
I was gonna say, when
one.
she realizes she's, thanks him, but then there is a bit of oh, that's my job. She goes around to start pouring refills for everyone.
You don't have to.
She feels a bit. I gotta say that's the thing with Cherry. She feels slightly, There are times she can accept hospitality, but letting someone like Lydian, who's technically her boss, be hospitable, she feels awkward. Oh, that's no.
Does she
no,
does she
job.
quickly scoot over and grab the bottle out of his hand?
She lets him pour her one, but then kind. Sorry, it's kind of awkward.
Yeah.
She takes it. You can tell it's kind of being just polite, a little more slightly formal, and then she just as the conversation goes on, tries to, without saying anything, just quietly, subtly shift her position and take the bottle to start, pouring drinks for other people and stuff,
Right.
almost subconsciously. It's almost an OCD thing. It's just bugging her, not.
Yeah. Is that part of the curse thing? Is just driven to hospitality?
No,
in that way?
no, that is just how she was raised.
Okay.
Basically.
All right.
Because that is not necessarily all her ancestors. She is one of the more hospitality trained ones in her family. Even her mom was a bit more of a performer than hospitality, and Cherry just naturally found a bit more of a knack for hospitality. Cherry isn't as much of a live performer. She sings, but she doesn't dance nearly as much or do her mom did tricks and stuff spinning plates, sword juggling, all of that, which Cherry just always had less interest in.
But yeah, basically, yeah. To start with, though, pours the drink, kind of sees her shift a bit uncomfortably, and he just kind of maybe swallows whatever he's thinking about that, and just kind of goes, "Well, the plan went off without a hitch. Whoever you found, he did his job." And yeah, he throws 10. He like kind of pushes 10 coin across the table. 10 coin for you, finder's fee.
Thank you. She bows and does like, very quickly in a fluid motion snatch up the coin and, stick that in her purse. Yeah, it was, it felt like it went smooth.
It did. It went smooth. Gods didn't know what they were looking into by the end of it. But they should be off the scent. Few actors got a little paying job, and all's well.
Just like Cherry's ears perk up a little bit at few actors got paying job, and she's sort of like, good for them. Because I don't think he actually explained that half of the plan, right?
I think he hinted that he'd set a situation up to take the guards off the trail.
Okay, I guess Cherry's smart enough. She might,
Yeah.
and is willing to be. Let's go this direction, actually. Let's retcon that. Oh, that's what they... Well, I'm glad. Good for them. Like, there is this a little obvious moment, just almost a slip behind the curtain, where she, breaks Kate just to be like, oh, that wasn't a weird sex thing. Okay. Wow.
Lydian just looks at
Like,
Cherry,
she
not that she
catches
can tell,
herself,
but with like a just confusion. I'm sorry.
Like, she doesn't quite... No, she doesn't quite say the full line.
I know.
She does catch herself, but yeah, she is like... There's this moment of... You clearly see two pieces click together.
Yeah.
Just almost with... Not quite relief, but just like...
I'm so glad Lydian wasn't bumming boys
silly.
in a warehouse.
I was being silly, yeah. There's just... Oh, no, I might even... For flavor, I'm going to request to make this a charisma roll or have Lydian do a wisdom. I'd like to do a roll in some way to see if Lydian buys her lie here. Of just being like, sorry. Well, I just wasn't sure how your thing you were setting up. I wasn't sure if you were like, someone was going to get arrested, like you were framing someone, or what you're doing. You just got some like, okay, I understand the plan now. That's smart.
Okay, roll charisma.
I think it's a free either way at this point.
I was gonna say, yeah, or like if you want to do wisdom, or just I wasn't sure.
Just
How
roll
The thing is, I'm not even sure what Lydian is meant to be kind of quite.
Just that she is lying about what she was. Oh, that's what. Because that she realized she almost just caught herself like, oh, I was spying on you.
Oh,
Lydian
of course.
doesn't know
Yeah.
she was spying. And she's trying to make up an excuse to explain her reaction.
Well, with that
other
charisma,
than-
yeah, Lydian just kind of takes another slug of whiskey and just is none the wiser. He's just like, yep, everything panned out, just as I expected.
See, this works doubly well, because this makes her seem more clueless, which is what she wants for Lydian.
Everything worked just as I planned it, just as I divined.
Cherry, pours him another drink. Oh my, Marlo's...
There's a
quite
fox
upset.
outside or something. She's been
Yeah.
at it for fucking ages at this point.
I heard someone saying they'd seen more foxes this year than they'd ever seen before.
There's been a lot around here lately. They're very persistent, and there's still this one that really just likes hanging around the house.
Is it the one that hangs out with your cat?
I haven't seen that one in a while. But the foxes
I've
just
seen
keep...
one or two.
The foxes got in here once and just got to the food that we keep for the squirrels.
Mhm.
So now they keep trying to get back in because they know there's food.
Oh, speaking of squirrels, man, I saw a squirrel the other day.
There's a lot of squirrels
Red.
on my road, and I get peanuts. I keep peanuts to give to them.
Yeah, we have a few squirrels. We had a lot. We have a lot of squirrels in like the local graveyard. Like there's just a bunch of trees there. They actually built these squirrels. But yeah, no, I just saw one. I saw it dashing over the street with like a nut in the mouth, and then later I saw it just running over a roof.
They're cute
Like,
things. If you ever hear
yeah.
them scream, it's bizarre. Because they'll, like, have
Yeah.
standoffs over peanuts. They sound like fucking squeak toys. It's mad.
Um.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure where we're
yeah.
going with this scene, though. Because, yeah, Lydian is just kind of sitting around
Okay,
just, like,
no,
feeling
fuck.
smug.
I'm trying to remember. Sorry, shit. What was
Yeah.
my Shit. What was I going to do? We were talking about. I'm like, it's like on the tip of my brain. You know. I had. Oh, right. So just after pouring another drink, she pours her round for herself too. And yeah, Cherry has been drinking a bit. And then she just sort of, leans in a bit, and is just gonna be like, so I'm curious, who were these investors?
Well, you overheard them, but they're for me to know.
Ooh, secret, spooky.
It's a little secret and a little spooky, and it's for your own safety that you don't know that much about them.
Yeah, she sort of swirls her drink around her cup. Enough then. Wasn't meaning to pry. Just curious.
Oh no, I don't judge curiosity. You wouldn't be in my traveling retinue if I was one to judge that.
So are they people you've known for a while, or is this just like a one-time arrangement?
That was our first dealing. It's good to have them on hand, but they come with certain risks. For a high-profile gain like this, they were worth taking the gamble, so to speak.
Yeah, Cherry's ears kind of perk up at that. This is, sounding very, this is exciting, good, high mystery.
And total bullshit.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna say, though, I am a bit drunk, but can I do a wisdom roll?
To what?
Just to detect his, like, bullshit there. Yeah. To read through his lie, essentially. That this is not his first dealing with these people. Like, he's almost making it sound more like he just, like...
I will actually say as well, I'll add a thing to make it more thing. Like, you can sense that when Lydian realizes, wait, I've gotten too comfortable, you hear him hesitate before he starts on the on the investors thing. There is a hesitation to latch onto.
I love the three-dimensional chess to, like, openly just talk about what Cherry's doing here. She's deliberately just asking directly, because she worries, like, oh, I almost, like, gave off the hint that I've been spying. I want him to think I'm a lot less subtle than I am. Obviously, he knows I'm a curious person, so if I just, like, act up front, he's going to think that's all I'm doing, and is going to be... If I don't ask at all, he may get suspicious that I'm, like, spying or trying to figure stuff out. Make it look like I'm playing a less subtle game.
Okay, roll wisdom.
Just see. Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna, like, call him out on the lie, but I'm just, like, but good to know for going
She knows
forward,
there's something more going on to this story.
Sounds risky.
Paid off, didn't it?
That it did.
Besides, after this, casino's ours. No overhead. I got us a good deal. I just need to spend this week to find some people to manage it for us, and then we're good.
I do appreciate that the version Lydian has told really makes it sound like he got mob financing or something like that. And, like, to take control of a casino. This is very, like... They literally named a movie Casino about mobsters like this.
He's telling a story as well where he makes himself sound more reckless and stupid than I tapped my allies for finance.
I think there's something kind of fun there, though. What he's telling Cherry is, in a microcosm for a self-contained little thing, a much more compelling, interesting story, which is what Cherry would want. But just like, it's also like Cherry can tell he's kind of bullshitting, but maybe the bullshit story is the better one. I don't know. There are a lot of layers to this dynamic. This is fun.
If she ever learns the truth, she's just like, oh, actually, the version he was spinning was better than the truth. Fuck that. She finds out, oh, there's just this weird cult network that's like secretly gathering up businesses before going public about, oh yeah, we're a giant conglomerate now. We have little hands everywhere. If they ever do go public, it might be stupid to do that rather than just have all these shadow businesses.
So, you know what? Actually, this is another good little way to play this for Cherry. She does say, this is exciting. I guess it did pay off. Wow. I wouldn't have expected it, just not... you're as good a businessman as you are, and, you've been around. I just... It's different coming from you. Not in a bad way, necessarily, just not what I, expected. You always do really amaze me with your business skills.
It's funny. It's a risk I may not have taken too long ago, but felt like the right time. Feels like we've been taking more risks lately, and this was just another one in a long line. We have to be daring. Set off to do that.
To that. This is the most, chess game relationship I feel I've had with a character, of just all these, layers of slight lies and misdirection upon other slight lies and misdirection.
You want to know something funny, Cherry, about all this? You want to know why I hit the road, became businessman, merchant, whatever you want to call it?
Was it because of your divorce? Sorry, you were saying we haven't made enough divorce jokes.
Lydian just pauses. No. What the hell was that about?
You know the difference between us, Lydian? My husband was killed. My ex-husband was killed. Your ex-wife wishes her ex-husband was killed. Fuck. I beef. Goddamn. Names. It's too hard. The grammar.
The first Lydian is learning about his ex-husband. Grew up in a little village, Emerald Forest. Just tiny, nowhere little elf enclave. 15, 20 people tops. People came and went, but they were secretive. Most days was just people out scouting, making sure no one found the village, and if the village ever was found, up sticks, moved somewhere else in the forest. I spent my youth just running around, just foraging, gathering, doing all this and that. Kids weren't meant to do that, that was for the gatherers, but I was just better than them at it. May not be able to believe this, but I used to be pretty quick on my feet. All day, just wandering around, doing this and that, grabbing whatever I found that might be valuable, and elders in the village thought, why stop him? They rewarded me for it, and when they rewarded me, I fought bigger. I got the other kids, I borrowed a barrow. God, that sounded weird. Went out there, got more than they ever thought possible. They rewarded me more and more. One day, go out there. I don't find nothing to eat, don't find nothing like that. I find something much more interesting. Merchant caravan. Massive, huge, spectacular. Just rows upon rows of carriages, horses, men, guards. I ain't never seen anything like it. Couldn't comprehend it. Couldn't comprehend what they were doing, where they were going. But as I sat and watched, something happened. Bandits, all out of the bushes, all out of the trees, massive raid, all at once. All of them were hit. I sat there terrified for hours. Got dark, and curiosity got the best of me. I got up and I went over there. I investigated. There was one man left alive, one single man, hiding in the back of his carriage, hit with one arrow, but he managed to get away. They overlooked him. I ran back to the village. I told the elders they didn't want to save him. They didn't want to do it. And I don't know what possessed me to. I just felt I had to do something. So I said, you don't save him, I stop gathering. They folded. They went, they brought him back on terms of secrecy that he wouldn't spill where the village was. And I sat with that man every day while he recovered. And you know what he did?
What's that?
Told me stories. Stories of his travels, of his riches. The places he describes. I'd only been in that village my whole life. Well, the village is, I suppose. I'd only been in the forest. That's all I could imagine. I couldn't even picture the places he was describing. He tried drawing up little pictures, but even then I wouldn't fill in all the gaps. But it was decided there and then. That village, that world was too small. I had to travel. I had to see it all. I had to make a name for myself, make something big, have those adventures. And that's why I set out. That's why I became a merchant. That's why I had to. All those tales of great deals he struck, of things he did, I had to have that. I think now I do. But it's also why I don't think I can stay in any one place for too long.
Cherry sort of nods and reflects on that. And then she says, stories are powerful, especially in someone like you. When you have potential, which obviously you clearly did even at that age, you were a genius at business. I mean, look at that deal you made, even at that young age, you knew how to leverage something without actually spending anything. You got what you wanted just with the threat of them losing, your business, essentially, your skills. And so you got something for free on your end. You didn't have to pay anything just by leveraging, your reputation. That shows you were already skilled. And in a small pond like that, it's easy for people when they realize they have potential to do it, to just ride on that. But then when they're the biggest fish for a while, maybe they look out and they see just how big the world really is and realize how small their pond was. And some people get scared. They want to stay the big fish in the small pond. But some people realize their potential can't grow any bigger in this pond and are willing to take on the challenge. And most of them fail, but some of them who are good enough, and she sort of tilts her glass towards Lydian, manage to thrive. The thing about stories is, when we look out, you move from one pond to a slightly bigger one to a slightly bigger one, your feet can only carry you so far. Your eyes can only see so much at once. But with stories, and she kind of taps her head, you can see the whole world. You can see any point in the past. There's so much more potential, so much more that could be that you learn about, and then everything feels smaller, and you feel the need to just get bigger and bigger. Like you said about not having a place to settle down. I mean, obviously look who you're talking to. I think that's part of the thing. When you don't want your potential to stop going, you can't stick to one place, because then there's always going to be a limit. You just have to expand, get stronger, get better, until you fill the whole world.
Is that what we're doing?
It could be. A lot of people have tried.
Besides anything else, Cherry, what I want you to realize with that story is, well, no matter how much money we move, It was a story that got us here. A whole lot of stories. They're more valuable than any coin we carry.
Certainly true. I have. Oh my god! I just realized I have a video clip. I forgot I had it playing. It was just in the background, but it just has vague cicada noises, at night, and it's been really adding to the atmosphere of this scene. Gentle
I have not
cicada
had any
cricket noises.
ambiance.
Yeah, it's added. Even though we're indoors, we're not outside.
We got a window open with just a cicadas outside in a bush.
And it's winter.
And
it's not.
And we're on the upper floors.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this should be snowflakes settling on a window pane sort of thing. Not.
I feel like in a way, well, you go around gathering them. Stories are your motivation. Stories are what got me started. I think, as far as we go, we got a lot more stories left in us. I made the suggestion a while ago, and I'll just say this, Jerry. One day, I am going to get your stories in those books you don't like. I feel like they're going to carry... You want them to carry, you want them to inspire. That's the way it's going to be done. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, I feel like you'll fold on that. You'll realize it's the right way to go.
That, sort of catches Cherry off guard a bit. And, you see sort of gradually, as she thinks on that, a bit of, a real change in her demeanor. Just the whole atmosphere around her kind of changes. Sort of a shadow falls over her. As she, drinks a bit more. And then just says, maybe that's for the best. It's we're saying, have to, keep growing, can't stop. Maybe.
It won't be for a while yet. You still got plenty of travels left in you. But, oh god, I feel slimy. Just with where I'm...
Go ahead, yeah.
Yeah. It'll support your son real good.
Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't say much to that, just sort of dwells and thinks.
Yeah, okay, Lydian I think senses that he's maybe applied too much pressure in one go. So he he relents a bit, he goes...
This conversation was about Lydian, it wasn't supposed to be about her.
Oh no, it was always about her.
Yeah.
It was... Yeah, no.
Wow, Cherry lost the social chess game.
Well, for now, let's just celebrate our victory. We got the rest of the week off.
Cheers to that.
Cheers. I did actually take a drink when I did actually have a drink to take when I did that.
Okay, so I'm gonna say on day 4 of your week stay, the people arrive with the Ember Stones.
Ah,
so
perfect.
This should be on the 5th, right?
Yes.
4th day, but the 5th. Yeah, because of some confusion in my setting this up.
Bah, bah.
I do get Nico, who was neglected in the last scene, to over.
It's fine.
Yeah, sorry. But no, right, Nico, gaze upon it. It's an Ember. Oh wait, you're from Emberwell. Yeah, you've probably seen these. Well,
Cherry was in the last scene a lot. Maybe she's out with the bushes for this.
All right.
anyone can be anywhere. Started avoiding Lydian like the plague after that suggestion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, get her down in the basement. And let's get everything hooked up. Nico, you want to assist?
No, I'm not. Oh, I don't need to.
Yeah, apparently you hired better people for that.
That's not what I said. I said your idea was not a good one. I didn't say you were bad at it.
Saying my idea wasn't good might as well saying I'm bad at it.
Nico, I'm asking you, eminent scientist, future
Yes.
name in the history books for the things you're going to go on to create, to help me rig up this Emberstone to power this casino. Now, is that not exciting?
Not really, but I'll guess I'll do it.
All right, yeah. He's a chief engineer for this one. Get it downstairs, he'll rig it up, have the place powered within the hour.
All right.
No, 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 you can't do it like that. We have to make it more efficient.
I might regret this.
But yeah, what should Nico roll to like get this
Oh,
done?
let's see. Yeah. So with the existing machinery that the generators, that were rigged up for people juice, they're going over it, and the person going over it just comes up to you and just says, "This is kind of a square peg in a round hole situation. I don't know how we're gonna need to engineer different input
Oh,
for
that's
these
it.
machines."
That's it. Yes, we'll make it just a converter.
All right, just a converter that's good enough not to lose any energy along the way.
Easy, watch and learn.
Okay, roll in. Yeah,
I-
you built
Dun-
put it together. Yeah, you get a very good understanding of the machinery at work, and yeah, you take up you manage to rig together some converters that will hook up to the Emberstones.
even it will actually output even more than it would have done with a trip.
Oh no, we're gonna
Because
blow the circuit breaker.
it's fine. It's all within parameters.
And yes,
That's what they
so
said
yeah,
before the resonance cascade.
yeah. Before long,
My goodness.
the vertex lights up once more.
Alright. Perfect. Clean, reliable, slave free energy.
Yes, installed by me.
Installed by you. You're getting a cut of this place, so I wouldn't complain.
I am. My word, a stable income. Wait, why would I want money from a casino?
To fund your future scientific endeavors.
Huh. Having a stable income would help.
You realize, like, artists of the ancient world had, like, patrons and so on.
They still do.
Yeah.
It still sounds very weird to say that in a fantasy setting, but and yeah, while it's still going on, but it sounds more romantic
I was
when
gonna
you
say,
say
I'm
it.
pretty sure that's like actually a thing now.
Yeah, but Lydian's guzzying it
I
up.
like to imagine that like Felina, now making lawyer money, is like a wealthy patron to just like yaoi artists.
We are basically
Just something about the mental image of like an old Renaissance painter or whatever being commissioned to just create yaoi by like a wealthy medieval fujoshi is
a
very
fucking
funny to me.
ancient furry sculptor.
Yeah.
Anyway. Point is, Nico, you should be thrilled about this.
Yes, I could use this.
Well, I suppose it's time to drum up excitement for the grand reopening under new management of the Vertex Casino.
I'm going to say your casino's disaster is theft,
Oh, okay, let me jot this down.
and its surplus is renown.
Ooh.